Hey guys, welcome back to 702 Motoring in Las Vegas. So we've got a run on road glides right now. Done quite a few in a row actually. Got one we're working on right here, newer one, and one we finished just recently. This bike is a pretty good build right here. This is a 2018 road glide. Currently I have the battery charger on it. We're got a new battery in, but we're trying to keep it charged. This is I'm gonna demo two songs with this bike tonight so you guys can get a little idea what it sounds like. So we've got a lot of product in this bike. So I'm gonna start with the back here. So we're using the dual 8-inch mount kit that has a full grill on the saddlebag versus like drilling a bunch of holes in there. Let me see if we can see the holes. So that's a grill right there. We didn't drill a bunch of holes. It's a one cut, and it's got a nice mesh grill. This is it on the other side here. Let me see if I get a better idea. That's what it looks like. So on this bike here, each saddlebag, we've got Diamond Audio 8-inch MP84 coax horn 8-inch. In the lid, we have the 702 Motoring cut-in kit. And you can see it fits flawlessly. This is a Diamond Audio MP694 coax horn 6x9. It does have our 1/2-inch spacer. So if you guys are calling about our kits, mostly this design cut-in kit on a big basket speaker is going to require a 1/2-inch spacer right here. And you can see it right here. Otherwise, you have clearance issues on the corners in certain areas. It just won't let the speaker mount correctly. So that 1/2-inch adapter allows it to fit and work and function with no issues. This is a Cerwin Vega P75T. It's a shallow horn. It's similar to the shallow horns we use in the front, but it's an inch larger. So this horn, we can't get it in the grill. It's too heavy, but it adds a lot of highs back here. And we want to do a lot of highs. We want to let this back keep up with the front. And that's what we're going to try to do here. So we put some sound deadening material. This is ballistic. It's a high-end material. It's not a pre-cut kit that you buy and you just put on. It's a custom kit cut that we do ourselves here. It is a thicker, it's a better material, and it's solid. I mean, it's solid. So that's your one saddlebag here. We've got a quick disconnects on it. Here's the other saddlebag here. Exact same setup. Now, in the front, of course, we have our Diamond Audio MO75T shallow horns with a Diamond Audio grill. We fabricate these in-house. They don't come from Diamond Audio like this. Diamond sells a grill. They sell the horn. It's fabricated in-house. We have a CNC machine that cuts the backing plate that holds that grill in place and holds this horn onto the grill. We don't just screw a horn on the grill. There's actually a backing place, and you'll see it if you order a set. You'll see same thing on the Street Glide. So also, this bike we also have another set of MO75T shallow horns right down there on both sides, and I have straight and steerable, but they're dead center perfect. Again, there's a backing plate used. We just don't have that screwed into the man's fairing. There is a backing plate behind there that holds it in place. It's designed not to come loose. It's not going to come loose. I installed it myself personally, and I know it's done right. So this is the bike here. Now, just so you guys know, on the Cerwin Vega P75T shallow horns that we have facing the inside of the bag, we do have customers that we put them here also. It's a good looking horn. It's like I say, it looks just like the front horns, just larger. And it's, we put them here also. I've done bikes where I've put two on each side. I've put one on each side, or we've just faced them inside the saddlebag, whichever way you prefer. It's your bike. So this is the product we use. I'm going to go over this here for a second. So again, the MP84 Diamond Audio 8-inch coax horn, 6x9 coax horn, MP694s, 8-inch dual cut-in kit, the Cerwin Vega P75T large shallow horns, two sets of MO75T shallow horns, one in the uppers in the grills, one in the lowers. This bike has Diamond Audio MST Link. It's a direct plug and play 4-channel input with load resistors, and a 4-out T-harness kit. So it's plug and play. We put it with this is a brand new digital sound processor by HKI, which is a parent company that imports sound digital into the United States from Brazil. This is not China, this is not Korea, this is not Taiwan. This is a Brazilian-made product, period. So there's no issue with this product getting into the country. Due to all the DSP shortages right now from the microchip plant that burned down in Japan, Sound Digital said, you know what, we need to produce a DSP because there's no Rockford DSPs, there's no DSPs available. So again, Sound Digital has their own technology, their own chips that are smaller. That's why these amps are smaller. Now, this bike, we've got a couple 1200.4s in this bike. And this is a 4-gauge wire amplifier, 4-gauge power, 4-gauge ground, times 2. So we've got 2 powers and 2 grounds going to the back here. And the wire we use is extremely high-end wire. This is, you know, I'm not going to say oxygen-free, although it is, but there's a big misconception with oxygen-free. So this is a real oxygen-free wire. It's a V12 series made by T-Spec, which is Metra. And this is an extremely high-end wire. There's no joke here. So now, there's a lot of oxygen-free wire that doesn't have all copper in it like this right here. It's got a lot of silver or tin metal to it, and copper is going to let your energy go from that battery to your amplifiers less restricted as best as possible. And this is the wire we use on this bike. And when it comes to wire, we don't mess around with that. And this is a comparable 8-gauge, again, same wire, real oxygen-free. It's V12 series, copper, made by T-Spec. This is a V12 series. That's your top of the line. And again, that's the 8-gauge. So if you have a Sound Digital 800.4, this is the wire we would use on that 8-gauge. That's what it takes. But 1200.4 takes a 4-gauge power and ground, and that's what we have. I would never put a smaller wire on an amplifier. Now, with that being said, 1200.4s, you know, hey, that's a hefty size amplifier. Getting in one in the fairing is okay. Maybe an 800.4 with it. We've got 2 1200.4s in this fairing, and it took a special Lex by XCL Customs amplifier rack that holds both amplifiers on top, right below the radio. It does take modifications to your radio mount to do it. It's not like a 5-minute install, it's a several-day install, to be honest with you. But it's really awesome. The amps fit there perfect. The DSP fits in there because the Sound Digital DSP it's a fairly small DSP. A little skinnier than the Rockford, actually. A little longer, but skinnier. And on the RCAs, we don't, like I say, with the wire, we don't mess around with RCAs. This is a Kicker Q series. That's their top-of-the-line RCA. You know, we're not going to cut any corners on anything when we do our installs. Again, that's a product. So let's hear what this bike sounds like. We're going to use, like we said previously, some Tom Macdonald music. This is an artist that allows us to use his music. And he's got some pretty crazy-ass music out there, and we like it. And we're able to demo a bike without using YouTube copyright music, and we're thankful for that. So let's see what we got here. Didn't want to leave that bike on while I was talking about it. Just not try to keep as much the battery power as possible. This will suck some power. This will suck some power. So this is a brand new GTS radio. Okay, let's see if we're still programmed here. Okay. Here we are. So I'm going to start the song over again. See what kind of decibels this baby pulls.
I'm not a YouTube rapper, come on, give me credit. I don't need to do reactions to get views, okay, I said it. Not a label rapper, I'm way too offensive. Go ahead and call me clickbait, I'm in millions independent. Now I'm on the rapper, y'all understand every single word. I'm not taking Xanax, rapping about money, liquor, and girls. Not a SoundCloud rapper, I got hits you actually have heard. I exist outside the internet, done shows around the world. Not a boom that rapper, I'm not stuck in 1990. I like Wu-Tang, but that vibe is kinda old and grimy. Not a conscious rapper, autos rappers sound like SJ Dub. not a gangster rapper, cool enough without being a thug. I'm not country rap, I don't play guitar, I don't drive a truck, I don't chew tobacco, get the Chevy stuck 10 feet of mud. I'm not horrorcore, I don't paint my face, I don't trip. I can only be myself and I am Tom Macdonald, bitch. I think I gotta let him know. And let me say it from the soul, man. I hate hip-hop. How dare you call me a rapper when all these rappers don't have nothing left to say. I hate hip-hop. It's full of liars and actors. These little rappers about us, we lose their names. I hate hip-hop. Keep the glitz in the blender, cause all these rappers are putting kids in their graves. I hate hip-hop. The whole culture is cancer. They'll kill their mama for some clout in a chain. I'm not a mainstream rapper, I think they're pathetic. I don't compromise my vision just so I can sell some records. On the underground, that means it's hard to sell it. I got massive appeal of Master B and catchy with a message. I'm not white boy rap, I actually got the juice and caught a vibe. Bumping Eminem don't mean that all you boomers really rhyme. Not a corny rapper spitting every song in double time. Say so much and don't say nothing, bunch of garbage in your lines. Not a little rapper, I ain't auto-tuning every song. I ain't making tunes exclusively but drinking at the club. Not a candy rapper, I ain't making albums full of pop. I ain't rapping moral logic, Lil Dicky and Asher Rock. I ain't emo rap, I ain't shedding tears. I don't cut myself, I don't romanticize suicide upon mental health. I ain't backpack rap, that's my granddad's rap. Please don't take this as a diss, I'm just telling you dumb bitch. I think I gotta let him know. And let me say it from the soul, man. I hate hip-hop. How dare you call me a rapper when all these rappers don't have nothing left to say. I hate hip-hop. It's full of liars and actors. These little rappers about us, we left their names. I hate hip-hop. Keep the glitz in the blender, cause all these rappers are putting kids in their graves. I hate hip-hop. The whole culture is cancer. They'll kill their mama for some clout in the chain. I'm so used to hearing people hate, I get it. Hip-hop hates me and I hate it too. It's been this way forever. I don't move like them, I'll never be accepted. I got rich without a cosign. I won't hold you cause you're jealous. I don't want the club, I don't need a friend. Y'all can keep your beats. Never signed a deal, so every dollar goes to me. I've been humble, ain't been flexing, ain't been showing up my blessings. Maybe I should take a second to make sure y'all get the message. I'm a beast mode, check the beat flow. I don't need dough. Everything is Fendi, Gucci, Sachi, Louis V. Oh, nothing new to me. No, too much green to keep. Oh, $1,000 every hour that I sleep. Oh, I don't talk about it cause the way my mama raised me good. All these rappers hate me, if they don't, I'll say they maybe should. HOG the army, they say crazy is as crazy does. So watch yourself, blood on our hands, don't bother us, we bathing blood. I hate hip-hop. How dare you call me a rapper when all these rappers don't have nothing left to say. I hate hip-hop. It's full of liars and actors. These little rappers about us, we left their names. I hate hip-hop. Keep the glitz in the blender, cause all these rappers are putting kids in their graves. I hate hip-hop. The whole culture is cancer. They'll kill their mama for some clout in the chain.
Okay, so let me just tell you, his bike is loud, and his bike is very clean.
I did a good job. At
Very, very clean sounding. I'm gonna shut it off because it does shut off by itself. I don't want to do that while I'm playing a song. And let me try to get another song here. But it's, you know, the DSP makes a big difference. We're using multiple amplifiers. We don't try to push DSPs on guys that are just using one amplifier. You know, it will make it sound better. There's no doubt, but it's not 100% where it's needed. I know there's people out there that, you know, they say it's needed, and it's not. You flash that radio correctly, like we do, and it works fine. We don't like to sell things that aren't necessary. So let's listen to one more song. It's about a 4-minute song. I know it's a long video. I'll wrap it up from that point on. Let's get started again.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hang it and not get stoned to death in public. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got me too, or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves, they realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens, we think we free cause we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame. They so fake woke, facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke, same old, same songs. They so fake woke, facts don't care about your feelings. I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name, when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family, without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. Buy up every single box and divide us ourselves. They so fake woke, facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke, same old, same songs. They so fake woke, facts don't care about your feelings. Violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. The country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill when the side effects get you high. You get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety, I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. Trying to change amen to amen and women. How we let them make praying a microaggression. Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right. They so fake woke, facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke, same old, same songs. They so fake woke, facts don't care about your feelings.
Okay, so, I didn't stay in here holding this meter for too long a period of time because this bike is really loud and I'm running it, pretty hard. So we put a Duracell battery in this bike. We bought it from Batteries Plus, a little less than $200. I'm just going to comment that on a second. I realize this is a long video and I apologize for that, but it's got a lot of good information. So a battery charger, it's fully charged. So we just ran 2,400 watts, real power, RMS, real power through 2 solid songs on this bike, and that battery is fully charged still, and it's not running. So if it was running, you'd have the same scenario. You'll be fully charged. So I know a lot of guys like lithium batteries and different types of batteries. And this is an AGM battery. And, with our experience, we feel that we don't feel that the lithium is going to give you any more than this does. And the reason we say that is because when customers come in with lithiums on their bikes, those batteries are draining fast, and I've always got to put a charge on them. They're light, they're super cool, they're really nice. They're more expensive. The lithium, we were going to put a lithium in there. It had 260 cold cranking amps on it. The factory battery has 400. This Duracell replacement battery has 400 also. So a little hesitant putting 260 cold cranking amps on a bike that had 400 in it previously. Now I'm sure there probably is a lithium battery that might be better than what I was looking at. But customers that brought them in here on bikes, honestly, we're charging those things all the time. We're going to put a charge on a bike no matter what, but it just appears to us that they just seem to not, give it their all, like a good quality, decent battery. So once again, 2018 Road Glide. Apologize, this is a long video, but this is a nice build. It is a really extremely loud motorcycle. And I don't want to keep holding that meter there because I feel like I can't even hear myself talk right now. So my ears, they're not like ringing like an AC/DC concert type ringing, but, obviously they've been exposed to extremely high levels of sound. And this is the second bike I've demoed tonight. So I'm going to post this video on YouTube. This is going to be an extremely happy customer. He came from out of state. Well, a lot of our customers come from out of state, 24-hour drives, 20-hour drives, 17 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours. So we appreciate that. We make sure bikes are done 100% correctly. We don't want anybody, whether local or out of state, to have any type of an issue. And we do our best to prevent that from happening. Once again, 702 Motoring, Las Vegas.